everybody, it's Connie with SimplySimpleStamping.com. I am so glad that you could join me for today's flashcard because it turned out beautiful. I'm going to be using the Floral Phrases Bundle. Love this detailed framelit. Let me tell you, it's gorgeous. This is what I like to call a trifold card. I've got plenty of room to write my message, but nice little place that I can hide it behind, especially with just, like I said, all the detail that comes in that framelit plus a little bling. I'm telling you, a fabulous thank you card. Let me show you how to create it. Let's talk about the cardstock that we're going to need for our card today. Now, my card base, I chose Pool Party. I have that cut at 11 inches by 4 1/4, scored at 5 1/2 inches. So that's going to be a perfect card base. My two flashcard pieces are in Basic Black and Whisper White. We need to do just a little cutting on our Pool Party piece here. I need to cut about 1/2 inch off of one side. So I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Trimmer. I'm going to cut down 1/2 inch. And then what I want to do is I'm going to flip it around here because I want to score on this end that I just did the cutting on. Let me make sure you move that cutter blade out of the way. Now we're going to use the scoring blade. That's the lighter blade. And let's give it a score at 2 1/2 inches. I do need to trim down this basic black piece. I'm going to trim it down to 2 1/2 inches. And so we can just, we can toss that. That is just scrap. I'm going to be using the Floral Phrases Bundle on my card today. Guys, fantastic bundle because it's an absolutely beautiful stamp set. I don't know if you can kind of see it there, but the shading is built in. So you're going to get a really nice, just very in-depth image when we stamp that. We'll be using that stamp. I decided to make it a thankful card. So for all the thoughtful things you do, I'm going to use that sentiment here. But when you put this down onto your cardstock, the one thing I will tell you is we want to kind of come close to the top. Don't worry, we're going to have ribbon covering that. So I'm not too concerned there, but you want to get, you know, as close as you can to the top. So I've got that set where I want it. Let's go ahead and run this through the Big Shot. All right, I've run that through. Everything is cut. Let me get my framelit off of my top plate. It looks like a little bit of the adhesive is stuck on there. Now, to get these pieces out, I find the big, well, look at that. That just popped right off of there. Awesome. We want to get some of these pieces out. If you will just take the Big Shot die brush and just gently roll it. Don't squish it. We're not trying to destroy the paper. Let's just kind of get those pieces out. And you can see we now have this beautiful detailed image. We're now going to take the Whisper White cardstock and let's just adhere that to the back, and you can see we are now going to have this beautiful cutout image. Now, to do that, I recommend using the fine tip glue. You can just come in and add little dots of glue all around, and then you can adhere that down. It will need to dry for just a couple minutes. All right, let's do some stamping here on the card base. I'm going to come in with that floral image, and we're going to be stamping it right here on the bottom. I will tell you I need to stay as far over to the right as possible. So let's stamp that right there. See all the great shading that it gives? I love that. I'm going to flip this around. We're going to do the same thing here on the other side. This is going to leave us a nice space for our sentiment. And my sentiment for all the thoughtful things you do, I'm going to stamp that in Basic Black, and we can just put that right there. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. All right, so we can see that's what our card's going to look like. Let's now come in and adhere our focal image that we cut with the Big Shot. When you adhere this down, we're going to want the nice pretty edge to the outside and the cut edge to the inside. You can see it's going to fit perfectly on that panel. Now, we do want to hide that seam, don't you think? So I'm going to come in with some Pool Party. This is the stitched ribbon. We're going to tie that into a square knot. See how that really polishes it off? Now, I think because that's a little bit loose there and I really want to make sure that seam stays hidden, I'm going to attach some glue dots. So I'm just going to take one, I'll pick it up here with my paper piercer, and let's put it right there so that my knot sits right where I want it to. And then I'm going to get a couple here on the ends as well. So one right here, and then we'll get one on the other side. It looks like my ribbon is just a little bit loose, but this is going to kind of help hide that. You know how I love to add bling to a card. And these rhinestones I think are just perfect to come in maybe in a few of these flowers just to add a little pop of bling. I think it looks really nice. If you wanted to, you could also add a couple here just to kind of dress up the sentiment. I think that looks awfully sweet as well. And there we go. Now I've got a great place to write plenty of my message, but I do need to I can keep this space here. I can write a little bit, just make sure you don't go too far over because we do want to make sure that is free from any writing. But guys, a really gorgeous thank you card. I do love this card. I'm telling you, I think I'm going to be using that one a lot, especially that new framelit. Wow, it is so, so pretty. If you have not ordered that detailed thinlet, let me tell you, you want to get that one on your wish list. It is beautiful and it is versatile. I'll tell you what, it really is. Now, if you'd like to order any of the supplies to create the card today, let me tell you what to do. You go to simplysimplestamping.com, and if you'll look for the August 10th, 2016 blog post, you're going to see lots of photos. You're going to see little detail instructions. You'll also see pictures of all the supplies I used. Need something? Just click a pic. It's really that simple. So be sure to check that out at simplysimplestamping.com. Oh, and if you like the idea of flashcards, maybe you'd rather just get to the fun part and not do all the cutting to create the flashcard pieces. Not a problem. We've got you covered. Just look in the pink menu bar up at the top and you'll see flashcards to go. This is where I have everything cut, it's prepped, it's scored, it's all ready to go. You're going to get flashcards and flashcard 2.0 pieces. Plus you're going to have all the envelopes, everything you need to create 40 cards in a flash. It's pretty awesome. You can check that out there as well. Guys, thank you again so much for being here. I'm so glad you could join me for today's card. I hope you're going to create that one, and it is a beauty. I'll tell you, you definitely want to get your hands on that stamp set and those thinlets. Ooh, 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 so pretty. Guys, thank you for being here. Have a fabulous day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.